everyone. In today's video, we'll be working through question 1 to 4 from the Edexcel IGCSE Math B, October 2025, paper 1. So hopefully you can understand the method as well as the answer. Alright, let's jump in. Let's start with the first question. Okay, so it says the nth term of a sequence is given by 5n squared minus 2n. Find the difference between the third term and the fourth term of this sequence. Okay, so we know the formula for the nth term is 5n squared minus 2n over here. This formula will allow us to find any term in the sequence by replacing the n with the term number we want. Since we're asked about the third term and the fourth term, let's find these first. So first step is to substitute n equal 3. So if we do that, we can just replace it in the formula. 5 3 squared minus 2 will be 2 times 3, which will give us, if we put it in the calculator, it will give us 39. Yes. Okay. Then if we substitute n equals to 4 as given in the question, let's do the same process. Just excuse my handwriting. It's just kind of difficult to write on the digital screen. Okay, it gives us 72. Okay. Notice how they said to find the difference. The difference means how far apart the two values are, so we are going to subtract the smaller term from the larger term. So for that, I'm going to write D as the short form for difference and subtract 39 from 72 as 72 is the largest number, and that's going to give us 33. So the answer is simply 33. Let's move on to the next question. Make H the subject of K equal whatever it's written here, we can see that. So it's easy. We're just going to multiply 2 with K over here, so it's going to become 2K equal 8H plus 5J. Then since we need to make H the subject, we're going to send 5A minus a positive 5J to this side, which will obviously make it negative. So let's do that. 2K minus 5J equal 8H. Let's just write it like this. Now left hand side, right hand side stuff. The signs won't change obviously. Then we're just gonna divide the entire thing with with 8. Let's do that real quick. And perfect, we have the answer. So this is the answer since H is now the subject of the equation. So we're gonna write it here real quick. 2K minus 5J divided by 8. Without using a calculator, showing all your work, evaluate this and write your answer as a mixed number in the simplest form. Okay, it's a very easy thing. So what you're gonna do is just write these over here as normal fraction. So that's not that hard. So it's gonna be 6 in the bottom. 6 times 1 is 6 plus 5 is 11. So I'm gonna put 11 here. Times gonna do the same with the other fraction, mixed fraction. Then it's gonna be 5 in the bottom. 5 times 2 is 10 plus 12 is 12. Then we can do 22 divided by 5. Since they asked to give the answer in a mixed number, we're gonna divide 22 by 5. So 5 times 4 gives 20, that's lower than 22. If we subtract gives 2, then he's gonna just put it here. You can just use the calculator for this step, but I think trying process is a way easier and safer way of solving it. So I'm just gonna write it here.